Morning, guys. It is Saturday. Weather is amazing. Feels really good out. I know it's going to get hot later today, but it's feeling pretty good right now. Got a long list of garage sales. Got to do a few things at the warehouse first. I have a public service announcement for you guys. These hoverboards are very dangerous. I tried riding this thing yesterday. It did not go well. I put one foot on and put the other foot on, and literally, as I put it on, I just flipped straight back, fell right down on my butt, and it was just laying on the ground like, oh my God, that was such a stupid decision. Didn't get it on camera. That would have been pretty funny. Although if I had asked one of my guys to film, they probably would have said that's a really bad idea because, yeah, they make sure I don't do stupid stuff around here. All right, guys, on the road, ready to hit some sales. Got my list. Got a bunch of sales on here. There's a neighborhood sale I'm going to hit first. Feeling a little stiff this morning. Whitney and I went on a hot air balloon ride last night. Just absolutely incredible. It was I don't even know how to describe it. It's like we were just suspended in air. I mean, it's so quiet up there. We were like 1,000 feet in the sky. We did it to celebrate our 5-year anniversary. We were actually scheduled to do it 2 weeks ago, but the weather was really bad and they couldn't fly, so we did it last night. But yeah, just a lot of fun. I took a whole bunch of video, so I'll probably be putting a video out tomorrow. I'll show you guys that, but yeah, it was an adventure for sure. When we landed, we were coming into these trees, and the guy had told us ahead of time, he's like, sometimes we hit the trees to help slow us down. So we ran into these trees and then just kind of coasted into this park and landed. It was pretty awesome. There was, as we were going up, kids in this nearby neighborhood saw us and were waving to us, and then as we're coming down into the park, people were taking video and stuff. But yeah, it was wild. It was wild for sure. I think we would do it again, maybe on not such a hot day, since it was so hot and humid. The pilot had to blow more hot air into the balloon, so it was already about 80, 85, and then, when he's blowing that hot air, it got pretty toasty. But yeah, it was gorgeous up there. I think we'll definitely do it again. All right, we are pulling up into the first sale of the day. It's a neighborhood sale. It starts at 8, so I'm about 15 minutes early, but I think I already see a few that are open. Oh yeah, there's a few that are open here. I don't remember doing particularly well in this neighborhood in the past, but there really aren't a ton of neighborhood sales today. Only a couple, so I thought I'd just go ahead and hit this one. This is one of those weird, one-way circle things. I always got to think, ahead where I'm going to park the van, and I kind of got to stay with the flow. I'm not in my little car. I can't just kind of park wherever I want. So I try to stay in line with the cars. Not, if I park on the other side of the road, I'm just going to block everybody else, and I don't want to do that. Well, this turned out to be a pretty darn good neighborhood sale. I found a guy that had an antique booth or something. He said he was selling off his excess. It was some good stuff. I got a crock, got some furniture, some stereos. I actually got a Sony boombox with the original box. I've never seen one with the original box. It's not new, but just to have the original box is crazy. So hopefully that'll increase the value a lot. But yeah, I am definitely excited to show all this stuff to you guys. Once I get back to the warehouse, I'll pull it all out. Holy cow, I just hit the mother load. This guy, he had a bunch of Diecast cars. He had boxes of autographed books. There was Larry King, Rosemary Clooney, John Travolta, just tons and tons of autographed books. And he had a bunch of like sports memorabilia, and he was wanting to deal. He had his Corvette in his driveway, and he's like, I just want to get my Corvette back in my garage. So I said, I'll tell you what, I'll make a big pile of stuff and we'll make a deal, because his prices were actually kind of high. He's like, all right, sounds good. So I had a pile of stuff, 5 big boxes, just tons and tons of stuff. And I said, throw me a price. He says, $50. Like, sold, I'll take it. The prices he was asking of the stuff probably would have came to $500. I mean, the pile I made was just humongous. So, and I didn't even look through a lot of the boxes. I just saw, you know, okay, there's some pretty good stuff in here, there's some good stuff in there, let's just buy it all and sort it out later instead of going, you know, one by one. Wow. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. I'm now heading to a nearby neighborhood where Whitney and Darcy are yard sailing. I think she's got the stroller. She's just kind of walking around the neighborhood with Darcy. Hi, sweetie. Come here. Ah. Who is that over there? Who is that? No, then. You been finding anything? No. It's getting hot already. It's getting hot already. She forgot all about Daddy.
She is running full speed ahead. Hi guys!
It's more peaceful than I expected.
Well, you're up so high. Like,
Yeah.
Was it one other person like driving?
I was thinking for the foster room. So have you guys found anything awesome today? Not really.
Just bought a Sony VCR. When he's pushing it in the stroller.
And we got free cups.
Yeah, free cups. You having fun?
Yeah. The house.
Uh-huh. 600? Holy cow. All right, guys, back at the warehouse. My van is loaded with a lot of good stuff. I'll pull it out, show you what all I got. Got this Newmark, it's like a DJ mixer. It doesn't have the power cord, unfortunately, but I only paid $5 for it, so might try to find the cord online, but it goes for about 50 or 60 bucks. Got some new board games. This is a headbands sealed in the plastic, and this one is utter nonsense. They were $3 each. I think I can get like 20 bucks for this one. This one we might just keep for family game night. All right, in my bag of goodies, I got a Tony Perez statue. I paid $5 for that. That's probably about what it's worth. I think I'm just gonna keep it for my collection. This was just a free beer mug that someone gave us. Got a couple hats I thought were pretty cool. University of Alaska and Tennessee Volunteers, some vintage trucker hats. Oh, here's a candle that Whitney bought. That's in there for $1. Lemonade or something. I was pretty much done sailing for the day, but I found one bonus sale on the way home. Spent about 50 bucks, just had a big pile of stuff and they made me a deal. This was in it. Dozen eggs sign, running out of space to put this stuff. Here's like a vintage Purdue Boilermakers hat. Here's an old Chicago White Sox hat. And here is double handy washboard. Got a number 4 crock for 12 bucks. This will definitely go on my website. If you guys have never been to my auction website, it's lookwhatifound.bid. There's a link in the description of this video. The vast majority of everything I find goes on that website. Very little do I actually put on eBay. So check it out. Auctions end Sunday nights. Got this Magnavox boombox for 5 bucks. Don't know what it's worth, but it was pretty clean. The antenna's in good condition, so I thought for 5 bucks it was kind of hard to go wrong. Got this Yamaha REX50 digital multi-effector. He was asking 20, but I got it for 10. I think it'll sell for around 50 or 60 bucks. Got this Sony DVD VCR combo with the remote. He wanted 15, I paid 10, and it should sell for about 50. Got this humidor for $3. I just heard something rolling around in there. I'm telling what that is. It'd be nice if there was some cigars in here, but doesn't look like that's the case. But it's pretty sharp, made by Vector. Never heard of that brand. A couple more things I found at that final sale. There's a country kitchen sign with hooks. Star Wars, it's like a collectible figure in a book. That was kind of neat. I've never seen one like this. Gotta be worth something if it's Star Wars, maybe not a whole lot. Got this Yamaha at the same sale that I got the other Yamaha. This is a multi-track cassette recorder, MT220. He was asking 75, but I got it for 40, and I should get 100, 120, I think, for it. The one sale that I just did amazing at, I spent 50 bucks and got boxes and boxes of stuff that I'll pull out and show you guys. Among the things was this like safari looking hat I thought was pretty cool. And this white horse wood sign. Definitely some kind of reproduction, but still cool nonetheless. Okay, box 1 of that $50 buy at the sale. It's a bunch of NASCAR and stock car things. So we got a Jeff Gordon, and whoever that is, number 2. Here's a Earnhardt Racing coin bank. This is a Monte Carlo. It's a pretty big one, 124 scale. And his prices on this stuff, you know, he had like 10 on this and 7 on that. His asking price for everything that I got was probably around $500. I mean, it was pretty high, but he just wanted it gone. So got a pretty good deal. All right, here is another Jeff Gordon. That's some kind of like SUV or something. And here's a Chevy Thunder. Looks like it's a Suburban. Oh, purple. Kind of cool, I like that. Here's some kind of 1989 Ertl Silverado. This is kind of neat. This is an Earnhardt Jr., and I guess it's some kind of special promo with the band Stained. Huh. I have to look that one up. It's kind of cool. And I got a Chevy Tahoe and another Tahoe. So the top one's a truck or a coin bank, and the bottom one I think is just like a diecast. All right, on to box 2 from that sale. A lot of this I haven't even really looked at yet. I just opened this box and there's some baseballs in here. All right, here's an official American League ball. It looks like B. The first name's a B. Second, the last name is something starts with a G, maybe. I don't know. All right. This is just like a Rangers commemorative ball. I don't think that's anything special. This one's in a case. Oh, that is cool. All right, so this is an official American League ball. Oh, no, wait, sorry, National League. Of course it's a National League because it's Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks, signed 1979. Wish it was on the sweet spot and not the side panel. If there's anybody out there that doesn't really deal in autographs, anytime a player signs on the sweet spot of the baseball, that's right here, that's a sweet spot signature, it's more valuable than if they sign on what you call a side panel. And some guys, they're weird about that. They'll only sign on a side panel just because they want to kind of control the market, you know, for their stuff. And, you know, can't really blame them. All right, what else is in here? Oh, this is cool. Looks like it's just the sleeve for it. How to Hit by Yogi Berra. This was a 78 record, but it looks like it's just like the sleeve for it, but that's still kind of cool. Might just put that in my case at home for display. And then here's a Blues Brothers Soul Man 45. That's pretty cool. And then I got a box here. Let's see here. Oh, this is cool. 1995 World Series Baseball. This is the one that the game was canceled and it was never played. So here's the World Series that never happened, 1994. All right, still on that second box. Like a, well, this is interesting. This is Earnhardt Jr., but it's the number 3 car. I don't know a lot about NASCAR. I don't pretend to know a lot about NASCAR, but I know Jr. was 8 and then 88. Maybe he drove the 3 car as a kind of tribute to his dad for a little bit. I don't know, but it's kind of cool. This is neat. Jurassic Park, Jeff Gordon car. I bet that looks awesome. Here is there's a van. Yeah, Diecast Chevy van, Earnhardt. I'm gonna pull out this Jurassic Park car. I'm gonna see what it looks like. Yeah, this is pretty neat. Jurassic Park the Ride, right there on the hood. Huh. Here is another Earnhardt car. I think it's a 124 scale. I'm getting all kinds of glare. It doesn't light above me. I apologize, guys. Here is a advanced deluxe pin set and clock. This thing looks like it's straight out of the 90s. This is kind of cool. It looks like it was personalized. So it's Buick Motor Division. Oh, there goes the clock. Not too deluxe, I guess, huh? Buick Motor Division. D.Y. Brown. It's got the pins and everything. That's interesting. I don't know if there's much of a market for it or not, since it's personalized. You guys tell me. What do you think? Check this out. This is a tissue box that was cut to size. Guess he thought pretty highly of this. Dale Earnhardt Coke bottle. All right, down to the bottom of box 2, I've got some RCAs. Dorsey's Dixieland for dancing. Fred Waring. Ooh, KC and the Sunshine Band. A couple like kids ones. There's Captain Tennille, Juan Serrano, and here comes the band. I don't think there's anything super special in those. All right, on to box 3. A lot of this I'm just seeing for the first time. I've seen some of these books, but most of them I haven't. Here is Larry King, Tell It to the King. Looks like it was personalized for Dwayne. I guess it says best, and then Larry King. I haven't looked up the signatures yet to make sure that they're authentic, but for the price I got them at, I just couldn't pass them up. What's funny is like he had little slips in here, so like this one says, asking $45. Could be worth that, I don't know. All right, here's a couple more. Here's a Jackie Mason. Oh, that's cool, it's got like a record in there. And there's his signature. Boy, this glare is just terrible. I don't know why it's doing that. Here is Art Linkletter, the biography of Art Linkletter. This one's kind of cool. For Dwayne Brown, With Every Good Wish, Art Linkletter, April 12th, 1993. A couple more signed books. Looks like this guy got pretty much all these signed in person because they're all, addressed to Dwayne Brown. Neil Simon. There's that signature. Miss America, 1945. Bess Meyerson. And there it is, Bess Meyerson. All right, there's a lot more of these signed books than I thought. Instead of taking all the time to show them one by one, I'm just gonna lay them out on the table and kind of show you guys. All of these are signed, but most of them are. There's Cosby. Let's see here. Jimmy Carter. There's actually a card in here. Signed by Rosalind and Jimmy Carter. And I'm about 95% certain that's not a stamp. That's an actual signature. But I don't think the book itself was signed. Shirley Jones and Marty Ingalls. Here's Tommy John. You guys probably heard of Tommy John surgery. He's got a surgery named after him when guys get their arm, you know, they blow out their arm. Yep, Tommy John. Here's a Trisha Yearwood. Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. There's a ton of these. This is crazy. All right, we're on to box 4 now. This looks like a lot of like sports memorabilia. Some cards in here. Nothing super special. Probably a lot of like 80s and 90s stuff. There's a Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah, at first glance, I'm not seeing a whole lot in that box. I didn't do anything to this box. I didn't look at it or any. Yeah, I just kind of looked in and said like, oh, there's some sports stuff in there, and I just added it to the pile. Well, this is interesting. He had these like separated. Roberto Alomar. He was asking $45 for that at one point. Holy cow. Yeah, I doubt these are anything special. 80s and 90s cards, just, you know, they were so mass produced. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything jumping out at me in here, but I will keep digging in the box and see what else is in there. All right, here's a Cal Ripken Jr. It's a sealed pack. Looks like it was the kind of commemorate his most games, consecutive games played. Pocahontas style. There's all kinds of stuff in here. There's like a little box of toys. Got Pez dispenser, some Simpsons figures, some Star Trek figures. Mickey Mouse pen. Bunch of card boxes in here, but it's pretty much looking like it's all 80s and 90s. Oh my gosh. Tracy Lawrence, Country Gold collector cards. Who collects country music cards? Man, in the 90s, they were making trading cards for everything. Just pulled out this Dale Earnhardt stock card. That's pretty cool. It's sealed. All right, just gonna dig out the rest of this stuff here. Is that Roberto Alomar starting the lineup figure? Those really aren't worth anything. There's a box. More cards. Oh my gosh. Ryan Leaf. Oh my gosh. Actions flat figure. Ryan Leaf considered the biggest bust of all time. I think it was the Chargers that picked him #1 overall over Peyton Manning. Bet they'd like to have that one back. Barry Bonds. Just a little NASCAR thing. A bunch of these little headliner figures. Troy Aikman. More Troy Aikman. There's just all kinds of crap down in here. A bag of toys, it looks like. We've got some vases. Huh. Shirt of some kind. Genuine Chevrolet. I love digging through boxes like this. You never know what people have hoarded away. Let's pull these prints out. Let's see what we got here. Okay. That's pretty neat. This is a, it's an accessory manual for the Nash car. Yeah, Nash made automobiles. They made cars. Because in the back it shows like suitcase and it shows the car back in there. Here we go, the Lafayette, built by Nash. Owner's manual. Pretty old, I bet, too. Kind of want to pull this thing out and see if there's a year. This thing is in excellent condition. I can't find a year, but in the back, it has a lubrication and inspection log. Has like the mileage it was done and the date. So this was done at 7,227 miles, November 16th, 1936. And there's a bunch of these, 37, 38. So this thing is pretty old. I guess the Lafayette was probably, you know, a early to mid 1930s model. Yeah, that's pretty neat. All right, I think the rest of these are just gonna be Wheaties boxes. At the time, I'm sure a lot of people thought that they'd have value, but pretty much just kindling now. Yeah, this one's another Cheerios box. Yeah, and this one's Cheerios too. Cheerios 60th anniversary. All right, fifth and final box is books. See if there's anything good in here. You guys, I got an autographed John Travolta book. Oh my God. All right, John Travolta, Staying Fit. I knew this one was in there. Here's his signature. It's not personalized. That should help its value, I think. And there was another one in there. Oh wow, look at that. Looks like straight out of Saturday Night Fever or something, doesn't it? So that was one of them that I knew was autographed. Here's another one. Rosemary Clooney. Straight. For Dwayne, with my best wishes, Rosemary Clooney. And she lived south of Cincinnati in Kentucky. And that's where George grew up. The last box, and a lot more autographed books. So we got Bob Hope, Confessions of a Hooker. Gosh, there's Bob. Oh, that's cool. Is this Andy Rooney? Wow, that's neat. I think he owns the Brown. Is it the Browns? Or maybe he's a writer. Could be. I know there's a Rooney that owns a NFL team. It might be the Steelers. I don't know. I'm gonna try to stop guessing. Richard Adler. Yeah, there's a lot of these. Some of these people I've never even heard of. One other thing I picked up at that sale, I actually gave him $5 for it before I bought the other stuff. Chicago Auto Show, 1979, Buick Opel. So he was probably working for Buick and got this given to him. Got these at the very first sale I went to today. These are a pair of PBR hanging lights. They wanted 10, but I got them for 5. At that bonus sale where I spent $50, this was in the bundle deal. This is a vintage Raleigh Capri bicycle. It's in pretty good shape too. I might try to get $7,500 for it local. All right guys, I'm pretty excited about this find. This is a vintage Sony boombox, the original box and the styrofoam. I doubt it's new, but it looks like it's in mint condition. Now this isn't super old. This isn't like one of the originals or anything, but it's definitely got some age to it. Probably early to mid 90s if I had to guess. But yeah, it's in like perfect condition. Paid $5 for that. Picked up some vintage Tonkas. He knew what he had, so I didn't get him that cheap. I paid $15 for both. At the same sale, I picked up this belt buckle. It says the Mad Tea Party. It's an Alice in Wonderland buckle. I paid $3 and I think I can get 25 to 30 bucks for it. One last thing, guys, the Reseller 6-pack show, we're not doing it this week because of Father's Day, so we're skipping a week, but we'll be back next week. That's all I've got, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.